Hi, it is Editing Barbara. And so while I'm editing this, I'm starting to feel like some apprehension, like, should I be sharing this? And it's not from a place of, because I know my comfortability with it, like, if it could be helpful to somebody who hasn't been to the doctor in years or that doesn't get a deeper look into their lab work. Cool. But I know that there are people that would be like, that's sharing too much. But I just want to vocally say that that has nothing to do with me. Another person's level of comfortability has nothing to do with me. I'm sharing it because it may be
I feel
helpful
like
to
I've had a
somebody.
good year. I did what I was supposed to do.
How's your year been?
Good. How about you?
I'm good. What are some good things that have happened?
She really knows how to have a conversation with somebody and not like be bossy. Even though she's the expert in the room, she knows how to make it feel collaborative because that is what actually allows people to change and, leads to good outcomes. So, and she knows that because she's so smart. But anyway, one of the things when we got there, my so the whatever assistant that I had to tell what a map was because she was like, what's that number that's coming up? I'm like, it's the systolic and the diastolic. Well, she like rushed me back, and then she like immediately took my weight, took my blood pressure, and it was like 140 over something. And then she was like, has your blood pressure been creeping up? Like, and I could tell that it was like her standard like thing she tells people. I said no. She was like, well, I did kind of take it kind of fast. I'm like, yeah. So then when my doctor...
Your blood pressure today, we should recheck it. I don't know what that's
Yeah,
about.
I don't believe it.
Me neither.
We're going to have her take that again. So she takes it again twice. It's like it's 122 over 86. I'm like, that's where it normally is. She's like, really? I'm going to take it again. And she takes it again, 122 over 87. I said, yeah, that's still a little more higher than it normally is, but that's where it normally, that's like where it usually is. And so she's like, okay, I guess that's right. No, you don't think it's right because you already have an idea of what my blood pressure is supposed to be based on the arm that you're taking the blood pressure on. Or is that me? But I just feel like that was her thinking. But luckily I have a doctor who knows that there is more to health and well-being than, hold on one second.
So at this point, I started covering the mic on accident, but I was saying a doctor that understands that my health and well-being and the amount of effort that I put into my health is not necessarily a reflection of what you see today or how my arm looks today. That doesn't mean all of these other things have to be true about me because my arm is big or because I'm a certain weight or because I'm a certain race. It doesn't mean that. So, yeah, I appreciate her, looking further and understanding, okay, this person's blood pressure hasn't been high forever, ever. So, there's no reason for us to do this. And then I was talking about how so my mother passed away in October, and this is the time when I have my physicals. So 7 years ago, I had a physical and my blood pressure was high. I was planning a funeral, and the doctor ordered me blood pressure medication, even though I told her that no, this is not normal for me. I am going through something, she still ordered that. What if I would have picked that up and took that? Um, when my blood pressure is typically normal. Um, and that was just a moment in time thing. So having someone who actually wants to investigate and see is so beneficial. Now, not saying that that's everybody's case. Some people do have high blood pressure. I don't. And so I need a provider that is going to look further than the first step. Like, let's investigate. Let's do a little bit of investigation. And then I was then talking about how I snuck in on her, that I see her at the gym because yes, my doctor works out. I don't know about your doctor, but my doctor be on the leg press. I just wanted to let y'all know that.
I do see you at the gym, but I would not bother you there. But I do see you there.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh. How have I not noticed?
I really don't want you to notice because you're literally not at work. You're busy.
Things are turned out to be on the lookout. Well, just so you know, though, if I did see you, which I didn't, but I would not say hi unless you said hi to me to respect your privacy and HIPAA action. So, if we see each other next time, would you like me to say hello?
You can, yeah. But yeah, I'm not trying to be your business. I feel like that would be annoying because, you know, for real, like that could get annoying, but.
Well, not with someone as pleasant and delightful.
Well, I appreciate that, but yeah, we don't want to wear it out.
All right.
Did you notice how, well, I'm thinking I'm going to flow into it and I'll show you how she was. So I told her I've been taking the iron pills. You know, I went to the doctor, the blood doctor, and they wanted me to start iron. And normally a person will be like, okay, you took the iron. Now if your iron's better, problem fixed. She wants to know the underlining reason why. She's like, you know, it's putting a Band-Aid on it.
The question is, why were you so anemic? Your B12 is normal.
I prefer it too.
The iron, I'm sure, is better because you feel better. But we're kind of like chasing something and just putting a Band-Aid on it, and it just keeps being ripped off. With the bleeding. So what are your thoughts about doing something about the bleeding? Or know that we don't have to do anything. It is all up to what you feel.
When doctors put Band-Aids on stuff all the time, like the blood pressure thing, and so they don't want to know why your blood pressure is high. They want to give you a medication for that. They don't want to know why this or that. They just give you the medication to bring it down. So I really love that about her, that she's like, no, but why? I just got my blood drawn and I'm about to go head to this walk with my friends. One of them being the girl that y'all saw dragging me around. I got my protein shake because I like to do mine fast, and my doctor said I don't have to, but that's how I want it. But yeah, got to head to this go walk. I'm so glad that they have like a lab open on the weekend, because I like to go before I eat. I like to go on days when I'm not lifting, and it just makes it a lot easier for me to get it done. He did have to stick me twice, but that's not unusual, especially when they don't decide to do my hand first. But it's cool. Yeah, and now I'm on with my day. Gonna just get my protein in. I brought an apple and some grapes. I'll probably take the apple with me. I need to pop open the grapes now. Ugh, I can't. I just remembered. So I was signing stuff in there, and you know, it's a hospital. If it was anywhere, but especially hospital, I'm not about to be putting stuff in my mouth. Like after I will be eating my apple with my napkin with this, because I got a paper towel. But I can't pop grapes in my mouth with hands that's been touching pens and stuff. Well, I'm trying to wipe them off and stuff, but been touching pens and stuff that sick people have been touching. No shade to the sick people, but I was a little worried because last night I did have pizza. I had 2 slices of pizza, and I was like, I wonder, is that going to affect my labs today? So from what I read online, it can affect triglycerides, but typically if you fasted for 12 hours, it shouldn't. I know like people in my family, they like a week or 2 before they get their labs drawn, they are eating salads and stuff like that, which I'm not trying to skew the results. I want it to be like a true depiction of what's going on in me. but also I don't want it to be, you know, inflated. But I feel like, you know, my triglycerides, I don't feel like they will come up. My last October was 29, and I looked up that normal, well, they want it under 100, but like a good one is 10 to 70. So if I'm at 29, you know, it's not gonna go. And I think my highest one was like 41, and that was like 4 or 5 years ago. So I just don't think it's gonna be able to really, it's not gonna be significant regardless, you know, of whatever. I feel like I've been eating healthier than I was. It shouldn't affect I don't think they're taking they may take my glucose, but again, that was last night, so it shouldn't affect that. But my hemoglobin A1C, which is what I would be wondering about or want to know about, that is looking at the last 3 months, so it shouldn't be a big factor in that. So we will see, and I will let you know. Got my test results back that quick. So everything is in the normal, everything so far. So let me go back. I looked at my lipid panel, because that's the one I was worried about. My lipid panel is showing, now I don't want to come up. Lipid panel, my cholesterol is 141. Last year it was 149. These are all the ones that it's been. You probably cannot see that. But in 2020, it was 157. So 141, it was 141 in 2003. That's the lowest that it's been. And it's now 141 again. Everything is just like right where it's supposed to be. My glucose was 88, random glucose. So last year was 82, you know, but it's always been in the 80s. The highest it's been is 89. So I want to see about the hemoglobin A1C. Did she do that? Ferritin, that's it's still low. But let's see. So it was so last year it was at 7, and it was low at 7. Today it's at 20. So normal is 30 to 306 for ferritin level. So I'm at 20 now, but understand I was coming from 7. So I've came a mighty long way. But that also does explain my hair may be, because my iron levels are so low, or I'm searching for iron. That might be the reason. One of the things, I need to probably do something different. I need to make sure I'm 100% taking them every day. She did tell me to take them twice a day. Maybe I should listen. I just need to have that. Okay, I'm still waiting on the vitamin D3 and my hemoglobin A1C. But so far, so good. My creatinine is low. It's 0.69. That's the lowest. Well, it was the lowest it was in 2020. The highest has been is 0.83. Creatinine is something that if my kidneys weren't working well and me taking creatine, that would be something to look into or to make sure is cool. But it is cool. So we're cool. All right, I'll update you when the rest come through. So my doctor was right, as per usual. In less exciting news, but good news, my hemoglobin A1C is the same. Well, it's a little bit lower, but the same as it was like a couple years from ago. So it's 5.2. Can you see that? No, probably not. It's 5.2%. Last year it was 5.4. The year before that it was 5.1. So it's still in that same where it typically is. My vitamin D is 17. And let me tell you, my doctor was right, because she was saying about the iron. She was saying sometimes your iron is low because your vitamin D is low. And it's crazy because I take 2 vitamin D supplements now. So I'm wondering, what was it before I started taking those supplements? My word. So I love that my doctor is like an investigator. Like, she don't just be like, because none of these are like the routine tests. They're not. They're, you know, the normal, the cholesterol, the lipid panel, those things, hemoglobin A1C, those are normal tests. But if I just did my normal test, other than the white blood cell thing that is benign, which is just natural for me, we wouldn't find nothing. But because of my white blood cell count, she decided, instead of like my old doctor who was just like, oh, that's normal with African Americans, blah, 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 and just left it alone, she decided, no, let's send you to a blood doctor. And they decided to she did an iron battery test. Let me see. And my iron was normal. My iron is 142. The normal range is 50 to 112. So if you just looked at that and didn't go any further, you still wouldn't see a problem. But she did another test with my ferritin, and that is what is low, which is meaning my body is struggling. Wow. But did I tell y'all, now it's 20? It was 7, but now it's 20. Yeah, so I'm making progress. I don't know if she's going to want me to do something different, but I sent her a message with my, just so to ask with the supplements that I'm taking now, to see if she wanted me to make any changes. She did make 2 follow-up appointments for me. One I'm going to go, 2 referrals. One I'm going to go to and one I'm not. So I'm going to go to the OBGYN, of course, because part of the problem, we know why my iron is low. And so I'm going to explore with the OBGYN that. And then she did one for genetic testing, but as I thought about it more, just knowing what cancers I am genetically predispositioned to, I don't see how that helps me. You know, it would be different if it was telling you like, oh, this is what's going on in your body, in your specific body, that you need to, this is the normal level of something and this is where you're at. That would be different. But just saying this is your, due to we know you're more likely to get that is not helpful. And with things going like they going, you don't know what people are going to be able to, you just don't know what people are going to be able to pull from your record. So no, I'm not doing that. But it just is the only one that I will qualify for is breast cancer. And I'm 38, so in 2 years I will start mammograms, yearly mammograms. So I don't know if that's something, because it won't matter either way. It won't matter. Like, basically I'm just not going. That's about it. And I'm just but I will go to the OBGYN one. Yeah. So yeah, if you haven't had your annual checkup yet this year, we're in October, like, it's time to get it done. Just see where you're at, see what you want to do for next year if you haven't already done that. All right, thank you for watching. Take care.